Surface of this add-on, it seems very similar to the secure bunkers add-on, but rather than giving you a bunker, it just gives you the security technology. Let me teach you everything you need to know about this add-on. I've set up a tutorial world with all the features that are available. Now, when joining a world, whether it's pre-existing or a brand new one, you will end up with this. This is the security help, and they've done this a little bit different. Usually it's just a book and quill explaining with a massive text wall. This is not the case with this. Now, this is definitely a more advanced add-on. I love the pictures. I love the text. It just makes things so much easier. Now, using your attack button, this will actually go to the next page. But instead of having to go off to then go back in to then open it again, you can use melee to go right. And, well, for me, right click would be to go back. So there's actually a way to go back and forth. And I think this is so much better. If you are using this purely for survival and you manage to lose your security help, don't worry, because you can actually craft a new one. It requires 2 cobble and 2 pieces of dirt. Now, unfortunately, this is not shapeless and it has to be in this formation. So if you lose them, don't worry, you can get them back. Let's start with the basics. Keycards. Keycards are the core to security. Take one to an anvil and rename it to any numeric value. You can make copies by naming another keycard to the same value. For example, grab the keycard, name it in an anvil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keycards allow you to lock and unlock lockable doors, chests, and monitors. Simply have it in your inventory and melee to lock and unlock these components. So the recipe for this is going to be 5 pieces of paper, 3 iron across the top, and of course a redstone dust. Now, obviously, the best way to learn these is to type in, let's say, key, for example, in survival. It will teach you exactly how to make this. So grab the needed items, go inside of here, tap on this, and we've now managed to make it. Now, one thing you'll notice here is I don't have any numbers on this. This is a locked chest. So if I try and open this now, you can see no valid keycard detected. Even if I try and use this, it doesn't currently have the right numbers. And that is because I already set this to be opened with this one right here. So with this, you just attack it, or you attack it again, right? The melee locks and unlocks this. And I can tell you, this thing does not move. Like, if you go to / game mode creative, and I try and, like, break this, we're just gonna throw this on the floor. I try and break this or destroy it, it doesn't work. So that's actually really cool. Very, very useful for creative as well as survival. And I found that incredibly useful. Now, one thing I do want to test, though, is if I have this over there, we go back to, let's say, game mode survival, and I try and open this now. There you go. Because it's in my inventory, doesn't have to be your hotbar, it is still going to work. And this can be the exact same for things like doors. So what I do want to do here is we are going to go to / game mode creative. I'm going to grab a new one here, and I'm going to do this one as 3, 2, 1. And then that's a different one. I'm going to quickly get rid of this one, and then I'm going to tap on this. So this one is now locked, and now it's unlocked. So if I was to get rid of this and try and do it again, it's locked. Okay, so we locked it in that way. We want to lock this. Let's try and lock it again. We don't want to open it. It does get a little bit tedious sometimes. If I was to then try and open it, then you can see no card is valid. I have it in my hand, and we can open it again. I'll be honest, at first, these are quite tedious, but after a while, you will pick it up, and they do become quite easy to use. So how do you make yourself a lockable chest? In order to do this, you are going to need 8 iron ingots, and of course, 1 redstone dust. And the recipe, really, really simple. This goes all the way around the outside. This goes in the middle, and then you have the lockable chest. So the question is, how do I actually break this? Let's say you place it down, you want to be able to move it. So in order to do this, first off, you need to unlock it, and then you got to use it with a sword. It can be netherite, diamond, etc. As long as you have some form of tool, I think you can use axes, shovels, etc. But when we hit it, you can see it shaking. you have to hit it twice in order for it to break. Then you can pick this up. Now, this is still, I believe, locked to the exact same key card. If I was to lock this and then try and get access, you can see here, it does not work. So even if you break it, it's still locked to the correct card, which I like. Moving on to the camera system. There are 3 components you'll need to make a camera system. You need a monitor, cameras, and a camera link. To start off with, place a monitor. While holding the camera linking item, interact with the monitor. Now, I don't want to overwhelm you too much here, but here are the recipes behind this. Again, if you just go inside of here and you type in monitor, for example, it will show you how to make a monitor. If you type in link, for example, it will show you how to make the link. And if you type in camera, it will show you how to make a camera. They are relatively easy, and most of the recipes are using redstone and, of course, iron. As it mentions, place down your monitor system, and then you need to use the camera link in order to activate this. It says link ready, interact with the camera to link. Now, I believe to each individual monitor, you are able to set up 10 different cameras. Now, this still needs to be linked. In order to link this, you want to link this. So first, place it, link this, then go to a camera and link the camera. Now, you can do this multiple times. So we'll put another one here. Use the link. I think I need to go back to the monitor here. So we'll do this, and then we've got to interact with this, which can be a little bit tedious, especially if you're trying to set up multiple of these. So we'll then go back to the monitor, tap on the monitor, go back to this camera, and these three are now linked. You can set up to 10 at a time. If you then wanted to make this lockable, again, it needs to be a number. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as this one. Grab the key cards, and I'm then going to go and tap on the monitor, and this can now be locked and unlocked only using the key card. So if we tap this, oh, we need to, I think it's hit this one. We got to hit this. There you go. This now needs the key card. So if I try and open this, you can see here, we have no access. We have to have this and then hit this. If you want to check out your cameras, then all you need to do is interact with this, which would be right click. And you can see here, we now have access to the camera system. And it's actually really cool, to be fair. Again, think of like the bunkers add-on, but instead of it being a bunker, you apply this to your survival world. And I think if you attack, it then switches to the next camera, which this one has done. We can see what's going on over to this side. And then we can switch, and obviously we've got more access to the right side. In order to get out of this, just sneak, and then you can go ahead and place down some more monitors if you wanted to. Let's say I wanted to keep an eye on the area over there. We're going to link this. I mean, that's kind of bugged out a little bit, to be honest with you. So we'll change that one. Try that again. That's a much better placement. Let's go to our screen, tap this, and then go back to this, and they should be linked up. So you can, even if you've already set up a system, add another camera. So at this point, I would then go back to the monitors, and then I would go to, that's 1, that's 2, that's monitor 3, and this one is monitor 4. The next set of pages just basically says, always keep a key card on you and the crafting recipes you are going to need. Now, there is lockable doors, which I did already show you, but there's also a bunch of secret doors and some really, really cool doors. Now, this isn't mentioned in the security help. However, this trash can, which can be crafted, by the way, will manage to open all of these doors. So they've tried to make discrete doors, but unfortunately, the textures don't actually align correctly. I mean, I think it's very obvious. You guys can tell which one is the door versus which one is the block. I think the best designed one would probably have been the cobble, but you can see regular cobble as a block kind of has like shading along the bottom. The doors don't necessarily have this. And this being the birch, where you can see they don't line up correctly, which really triggers my OCD. The stone one also not too bad as well. Talking about secret doors, we do have a secret refrigerator door and also a bookcase. These will be relatively good for SMP survival kind of worlds or realms. If you want to make yourself those secret doors, just type in secret in the crafting table, and you can see here, these are all the recipes. However, these, on the other hand, are really, really cool. So these can be interacted with players, right? Like these just open and close. Here is this one. I like the sound of this one. Really good for futuristic bases. This one is a garage door. Again, this one's like the single version of this one. But this one, again, I really like this one. It's super, super awesome. And then, of course, we've got the door, which I showed you before. However, if you go over to these and crouch and right-click, they then start to become automatic. And if you're within range of these, let me show you. You want to go through this one. It's going to automatically open. The same for every single one of these. Rather than having to open things every single time, you can just walk in front of it, a couple of blocks away, and it will automatically open. But not only that, if you want to turn this off, crouch and just tap on them, and then everything once again becomes manual. 2 more features: laser tripwire and also laser wire. These are the laser wires. Can be broken using a sword, and then you can place these back down like this. If I go ahead and activate this and go to / game mode S, you are going to see the mob will, in fact, instantly die. Meanwhile, you as the player are not going to be injured. This is a laser tripwire. So whenever you kind of walk over this, I believe it can interact with like doors. So I've got one over here. If I go ahead and activate this and then go over this, you can see whatever's in the vicinity will automatically open the doors. Also available are turrets. These turrets. So we got a / game mode creative. We have turrets and we have buttons. Here are the recipes. Just go into the crafting table and type it. If we then place this down and this one down, it's currently trying to kill the mobs. I then put this down. This should be active. And if we summon this, it's going to start to attack it. Once again, broken with swords as well. But it does take a little bit of time. This, I don't know who this guy is interested in, but go ahead and summon these. Summon a couple more husks there. They will die instantly. On occasions, though, they might actually end up breaking the wires. The add-on also features a bunch of custom furniture. You can interact with some of these, like sitting down. These are just bonuses within the add-on. Didn't think much of these, but I really do like the add-on as a whole. This security concept, I really like. And like I said, for SMPs, survivor worlds, and realms, I could really see people benefiting from this.